Good morning. As a teacher, sometimes I've had students in my class that seem to work hard all day long, and yet it seems like they never finish their work. They struggle to just pass a test, and if they happen to make an A, we have a mini celebration. I remember one boy in particular many years ago that I had in my class that always worked diligently. Every time I passed his desk, he was working. However, he wrote very slowly, painfully slow. He always had lots of work. He rarely ever finished his work, even though he worked so hard all day. He just couldn't finish. Now, I've taught other students who could just breeze through their work so quickly, and it seemed that it took barely any effort at all for them to make great grades. They always made straight A's, it just came naturally to them. Some days I feel like that boy I taught that worked so hard all day and never seemed to finish. Have you ever felt like that? You work and you're not daydreaming or being lazy, but when the day is done, there are so many things that you have not accomplished. The other day, I came across a few verses that encouraged me in this area. I've read these verses a lot, and I'm sure when I read them, you'll recognize them. But a certain phrase caught my attention the other day and encouraged me to just keep working. Listen as I read these verses. I have planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but God that giveth the increase. Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. 1 Corinthians 3:6-8. That last phrase really encouraged me the other day. Listen to it again. And every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. Now, in my Bible, right next to that verse, I wrote this. It doesn't say you'll be rewarded for your results. It says you'll be rewarded for your labor. So in heaven's classroom, that boy who worked diligently every day but rarely finished would receive greater rewards than the student who barely put in any effort at all and yet finished. You won't be rewarded in heaven for, say, having the largest Sunday school class. You'll be rewarded according to the labor you put into your Sunday school class, no matter the size. You won't be rewarded for how amazing you sounded when you sang for the Lord in church. You'll be rewarded for how many hours of practice you put into the song you sang for the Lord in church. You are not rewarded in heaven for how many souls you brought to Christ. You'll be rewarded for how much effort you put into winning souls for Christ. You won't be rewarded for your results. You will be rewarded for your labor. That is so amazing to me. That means that I can earn as many rewards in heaven for playing the piano for the Lord in church as the greatest church pianist known to man. God rewards the effort, the labor. How many hours were put in practicing? How many late Saturday nights were spent practicing offertories, choir specials, and special music? God rewards the practice, the labor. You don't receive rewards in heaven just because you were the best pianist, unless you put in the practice. Maybe you only have one kid in your Sunday school class, or maybe two. Prepare like you have 20. God rewards the preparation. He rewards the labor. Maybe you have a small church. Play the piano, sing, teach, preach, prepare, whatever you do, like you have 1,000. God rewards the effort, not the numbers. Maybe you teach in a tiny Christian school. Give it all you've got. Teach with all your might. God rewards the labor. Are you the church janitor? Clean like the queen was coming to church. God rewards your labor. We have to remember that God is the one that gives the increase. We just put in the work. We think in our minds that the bigger the church, school, ministry, the greater rewards there will be in heaven. The quicker the ministry grows, the more God will reward. No, not in God's classroom. God rewards for labor. So don't quit. When you know that only one student will come to your Sunday school class, don't cut your preparation time, increase it. When you know you're going to mess up that offertory, no matter how many times you practice it at home, and you get it up perfect at home, you're still going to mess it up. Practice it one more time anyway. I got so encouraged by that thought that I just had to share with you not to quit. Don't get discouraged. Don't look at your results. Keep track of your hours of labor. That's what God is looking for. Effort, not numbers. Labor, not results. The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward be given thee of the Lord God of Israel. Ruth 2:12. That verse never mentions results. It says that God will compensate your work with rewards, not your results. What an encouraging thought. Any work you do for the Lord will be rewarded no matter the outcome. Wow. I'm so glad that God's classroom isn't managed like our earthly classrooms. Earthly classrooms reward the smart, quick students. God's classroom looks for those students who may never ever make an A in class, but who put in hours diligently doing the work. If rewards then are according to your labor, how are you doing? Are you a straight A student in heaven's classroom? Something to think about today.